Top producing final expense agents understand this one thing very well. And I'm going to give you three things in addition to this tip that hopefully will take your career to the next level. And that one thing is, what is the one thing that is slowing you down this very week? What is it? We've got to uncover the weight before we become top producers. Sometimes maybe it's service work is slowing you down this week. Sometimes it could be your lack of leads is hindering your chance of having the best week ever. But I want you to be brave enough to really think upon the one thing that's weighting you down and keeping you from attaining what you want. It's not about happy thoughts in this industry. It's about being intentional, but we've got to be intentional as well in knowing what is slowing us down, what's stopping us from acquiring the success that you know you deserve, my friends, and what is the one thing that's slowing you down this very week. If you've got the guts, put it in the comments below, but you've got to unpack this if you want to be a top performer. It's not all just getting on the phone and then do take place, especially if you're in Medicare insurance sales. That happens all the time. I would encourage you to use something called time blocking to say all my service work is going to be handled maybe at the end of the day before it affects your attitude, because we're going to dive into the next thing. And that's number one, your attitude really has a major impact on how you move forward in this business. Attitude is something where it affects your emotions. And if it affects your emotions, it's affecting your engagement. So attitude is something where you got to have a good attitude, even when things get kind of tough at times. Final expense telesales is not all every single sales call. It's part of the industry. We've got to be comfortable with rejection. We've got to be comfortable being uncomfortable at times. This business rewards top performers, and we've got to take it to the next level by saying, okay, what's the one thing that's slowing me down this week? Okay, good. I got that weight out of the way. Now, how am I going to keep my attitude in a happy place where I can hustle forward without letting emotions take over? Because attitude affects the next thing I'm going to share with you. Number two is action. Action is impacted not by anything more or less than by being disciplined. I know that if I get on the phone and stay on the phone and keep pounding the numbers, you know what I'm saying? We got to just keep dialing for dollars, mind numbingly at times. I don't want you losing your mind, because that goes back to attitude. We've got to have a happy attitude and then have the dials to be able to get it done. If we want to actually have a paycheck, attitude comes first, followed by high action. Nothing should stop you from getting in front of great prospects that you can solve problems for. And service work could be the one thing that's slowing you down. Maybe it's your lack of focus is slowing you down. Maybe you've got tabs open in your brain, and that's keeping you from becoming the top producer that you know you're capable of becoming. But if we can get that weight off you, if we can now know that I've got an inner why that's bigger than anything on the planet, and I'm going to just dive forward with a positive attitude, with massive action, you know what? The actual paycheck that comes from the 3 A's is powerful when you sell policies. But we've got to get the weight off and know what to do. Maybe it's something where you're in your script and you're not following it seamlessly. Doesn't mean you're going to be perfect in this industry, my friends. You've got to be extremely proficient. Your clients will give you a lot of grace, and the prospects will give you a lot of grace. They've never heard your script, but we've got to practice. And when you get leads, look at them like maybe if you got 100 leads, your first 5 sales calls are just practice sessions. Let's just practice with it, take the pressure off so that you can be that top performer that you know you're capable of becoming, because 90% plus of the industry will not make it. And sometimes because they're not making it about the work. Sometimes they're not making it about getting the weight off. Sometimes they're not making it about having a good attitude that's grateful, because that's contagious. So is a negative attitude. And then getting on those leads, letting nothing stop you from focusing on dialing. Or if you're a final expense face-to-face insurance agent, knock on the doors. That's okay. Let's do it. It's fun. We've got to get the frustrations down, even though there's going to be moments of this. High action will help you attain what you desire, and that's lots of hands to shake so that hopefully there's lots of money that you can make in this space. But you've got to actually focus on the most important thing at every given moment, and that means, you know what? The service work isn't going to happen until the end of my day. And if I've got service work at the end of the day that maybe the companies aren't open yet, I'm going to maybe hammer that out in the beginning while I'm eating some oatmeal, maybe between 5 and 6 a.m. before I can get on the phones. And I'm going to go just pound that while I'm also pounding the food that I'm eating. This is something where we can double down And then that service work is gone. And then I can get on the most important thing, and that's prospecting, and delivering value. I hope this little video helps you, but what's the one little thing holding you back today? Think about it. I hope this helps you, because if you can eliminate the weight, you already know what to do. I hope you become a top producer. And if you need any assistance or a good work family to call a home, we do recruit agents nationally to sell life insurance, Medicare insurance, and annuities face to face, but more importantly, in the telespace. So free resources for your taking, no matter what work family you align with, at jasonfinalexpense.com. And I'll put 2 videos up here that may really help propel your career. Hope you have a powerful day, my friends. And remember, you've got what it takes.